What a crash in the markets, folks. Is the bull market over? Are we in a bear market now? The alts are looking pretty bad. Is there a chance of an alt season? First of all, we're going to talk about what caused all of this and how is Bitcoin and Ethereum reacting to it. What am I personally buying and what I'm telling my Discord to buy? Okay, let's go straight into this. It was an okay reaction from Bitcoin. Look at this. Bitcoin actually didn't move much. Yeah, there was that big wick down, but see how it actually held this 91.5k area. This red line here, it's basically the line that needs to not be broken with a close. They can wick down, right? They can wick down, but they're not a full close below. And we came back to this 97.5k area. If you ignore the wick here, this actually just looks like a normal, very normal trading range, where for the bears, they'll say this is shoulder, head, double head, shoulder here, and we go down with the neckline at 91.5k. Personally, myself, I think we at least get to about 112 to 115k, right? One more move here, and then the market will let me know. If it breaks up, then we've got more upside. If it fails here and comes back down, below 100 again, then I would say, yeah, the bears might be right, and we could be in with the top here with a breakdown. So Bitcoin actually just looks fine right now. It looks like this could be just a bear trap, shoulder, head, shoulder, bear trap, and then boom. This is the second chance with a dip for bulls to get in, and boom, it could take off. The big question though is on Ethereum. What happened to Ethereum? It must hold this large red trend line. This is log chart, right? Because this started in June 2020, and when Ethereum was at $880. $880, that was basically the low of this bear run. And then since then has tapped it quite a few times and given us support for this bull market. So it has pierced this support a few times, and that was really scary. This was back in August, right? August the 5th when the Japanese yen crashed. And now we have this massive pierce down, right, on the tariff scare. And then we really need to, this is the weekly. We closed around 2,800 yesterday, which was really good on the daily, right? But we really need to close this weekly up here. So, I'd say above this 2757. Let's call it 2760 in order for us to bounce higher. I'm thinking we get into some sort of bull flag pattern like this, and then up we go. Between 2,900 to 2,600, I think we chop around something like this and then go up, because everybody's short right now. Look at this. Everybody's short. Not hugely short, but still everybody's short. If the market was to crash again to say 2,200 or 2,100, if we get into another major crash like this, then the exchanges lose big time. And we just found out exchanges don't lose. They always make money. Basically a massive crash to take out the leverage in the system, to take out the leverage longs. The big exchanges like Binance, OKX, Bybit, they made a lot yesterday because they crashed all the longs out. Lots of the high leverage longs. Doesn't matter if you are using 3x leverage, 4x leverage, people still got taken out. This was not warranted at all. It was basically just a flush out by the exchanges. And the reason why we know it wasn't warranted at all, when we look at the US Nasdaq futures, it was open yesterday and was only down at 3% and then started climbing up. So that wasn't a huge crash. People thought, oh, Trump brought out tariffs. That means inflation is going to be bad. Well, if inflation was bad, then the US 10-year Treasury yield would actually go up. Yesterday, the US 10-year Treasury yield went down, right, when Trump tariff news against Canada and against Mexico was announced. So that wasn't the reason either, right? So this was just a flush out created by the exchanges. And what coins are we buying? So yesterday, I told my Discord I was buying basically some ETH ecosystem here, right? When we had that, this is a 15-minute chart. When we had that wick down, I basically told my Discord that might be the wick down we're looking for, the bottom in tail, right? Around the 2400s, I started buying, ETH ecosystem, which is ETH, Link, Arrow, ENS, Uni, Sushi, right? Not financial advice, as always, not financial advice. And I also shared this chart, which is the average entry prices for the Trump boys. See, for ETH, their average entry is around $3,200. $3,200. That means at $2,100, they had just lost 1/3 of all their money. 1/3 of all their money. I think they're putting $250 million into ETH. So at $2,100 ETH, the Trump family, the Trump boys, were down $80 million, right? So I said Trump losses would be huge. They were buying the top, right? At $2,200 ETH, their loss is huge. So good chance Donald Trump might step in and do something about it. And what have we seen since then? We haven't seen Donald stepping with anything yet, but we know it's coming. How do we know it's coming? Because this is his son, Eric Trump. And what did Eric just say? 9 hours ago, he said, in my opinion, it's a great time to add ETH, Eric Trump. Right, 6.3 million people just saw that. That was only 9 hours ago. Remember, this is not any punter, any influencer online. This is the guy who runs the Donald Trump crypto company, which is called World Liberty Coin. In fact, I don't think Donald Trump even quite knows what he's doing with launching a Solana coin on pump.fun, Trump, the meme coin. Donald Trump doesn't know any about that. He doesn't know about Radium. He doesn't know about Solana. He doesn't know what he's doing. So obviously sons who are doing this, right? Is it Eric Trump? Is it Don Trump Jr.? Is it Byron Trump? I think it's a combination of all three guys, right? All three of them are basically running the crypto show for him. So essentially the crypto policy of Donald Trump is going to be decided between about 3 or 4 guys. Then that's his 2 or 3 sons, David Sachs, the crypto plus AI czar, but he's not family. Trump's going to listen to his own boys more than his family, and he's going to listen to, Elon Musk if he has something to say about Doge. But Elon's not going to come in every day and say, oh, I think we should pump ETH, So the key to remember here is that Trump family created this World Liberty coin, which is a real world assets DeFi coin. They invested $250 million into ETH, and they've just lost 1/3 of that when ETH was down. So I think those boys putting a lot of pressure on their dads right now, bring some really good policies to ETH. What happens with ETH is that the Department of Government Efficiency, which is run by Elon Musk, they're gonna basically use a blockchain to record all the government payments and all the government papers and processes. And what happens on there is that all transactions are recorded on this blockchain, so you can't change it, so there's transparency, and anybody can log in and just see how the government spends its money and everything that gets processed. And Elon Musk is interviewing people for this chain. He's definitely interviewing ETH, so this could be pressure from the Trump boys put on their father to ask Elon, let's do the DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, with Ethereum blockchain and with one of the layer 2s, maybe like base chain, or maybe with Chainlink as the oracle, maybe base chain as the layer 2 and Ethereum underneath. This is all Ethereum ecosystem to help bring ETH and the entire ecosystem up. They can't make it any more obvious now. They're just literally telling you, look at this. My dad is the president, and he's literally gonna pump the ETH ecosystem. So you guys, I'm suggesting that you guys should get into ETH, right? So if people talk about crypto whales, you don't get any bigger crypto whales than Donald Trump. Let's have a look at Chainlink, for example. So Chainlink did quite well. I was telling my folks to buy a Chainlink around $16. We didn't catch the exact pivotal bottom at 15 something, but when my message got out, it was still around like the $16. So on Chainlink, if you've been watching my videos from before, the key support here was 1640. We withheld that. Then the next level, 1930, we withheld that. And it's really good that it actually closed the daily above this neckline, right? This neckline, which you could argue we have a shoulder, head, shoulder pattern here, but we closed above this 2054 area. In fact, we went to $21.62. Right now, pulling back again. If we can hold this $19.30, we could still go for a bounce above, and then maybe something like this. More likely, I'm thinking a bull flag around here, because that's what the ETH is doing. And then up we go. The thing with Trump is that it shows you the risks of the markets. He was bluffing, obviously, with Mexico and Canada. He held the US stock market and the crypto markets to ransom. He's willing to, in order to bluff Canada and Mexico, he's willing to basically crash the markets, right? Put the markets in jeopardy for 24 hours, right? Make everyone sweat, and then create so much tension for Canada and Mexico to make them realize he's not bluffing, he's serious. Then they all capitulated, they all kneeled down, so to speak, and Mexico gave Trump what he wanted, which is 10,000, soldiers at the to guard the Mexican-U.S. border, and Canada did the same thing. They're investigating fentanyl, they're guarding the border as well. So Trump got what he wanted, and now crypto is pulling back again because they're Trump's bluff to China was called by China. So China did not bend, so Trump's basically had to go ahead and put 10% tariffs on all Chinese imports, and China's hit back with imports, So we're in a bit of a trade war right now. It's too volatile to call right now. But my overall message is this: because Trump is so unconventional, he's so like a cowboy, shooting from the hip. So I do think that he's really going to try to help his own family. He's not going to see his own family, $250 million of ETH go down, even half of that. Even if ETH goes to like 2,000, 1,800, they've lost over $100 million. That's actual cash. So I think Trump's going to do something about it. I'm thinking the ETH ecosystem, along with a few other narratives. What are those few other narratives? Well, follow Pablo. I'm going to tell you guys in my next episode.